everyone and welcome back to Cosmetic Chaos. Today I am going to go over my January favorites. Normally I would do pretty much strictly just beauty products, but lately I have been expanding quite a bit, so I wanted to talk about some things other than just beauty. So I will start with non-beauty first because it is pretty quick. The first thing I have to share today is actually a new Fitbit that I picked up. This is the Fitbit Ionic. I got it in the weird colors because I like to be a little bit different, just like my original Fitbit was purple. My one before that was bright blue. Something I wear every day, and I still choose to get it in a weird color and then it doesn't match anything, but whatever. So I have been really loving this. This is technically their smartwatch, so it doesn't fall under their tracker category, but I've been really happy with it so far. I am obviously wearing it now. Please don't judge the poor, oh, that's a ring light. I'm glad you can't see it because I'm really bad at putting on screen protectors, but I put on a screen protector and it looks like shit. So this has been tracking my sleep. It tracks your actual sleep cycles. It tracks everything that a regular tracker would as well. The main differences for me as to why I picked up this as opposed to the Blaze is that it actually has GPS in it. It is waterproof and it has non-dependent music storage. So I can actually just go on the treadmill or for a run or do whatever I'm doing and I don't need my phone with me. I can just attach my headphones directly to the tracker, which is really, really important to me and a feature that I don't know why is not actually happening with everything at this point. My second non-beauty related favorite this month, and it's really gonna be a favorite for the year, is my bullet journal. If you don't know what a bullet journal is, it is essentially a notebook that you kind of make a planner for yourself. So for those of you who know me, know I'm a really big planner girl. I have a million stickers, I have a million washies, they're all over the place. My husband constantly makes comments about how the house is gonna drown in washi tape. I found myself repurchasing planners all throughout the year. I would stick with one for 3 to 6 months and then I would switch it out for something else. I would feel like the layout wasn't working for me. So what I did was I started looking up ways to do this myself. So basically what this is just a planner that you make yourself. You can track pretty much whatever you want. So I have a bill tracker in the front here, then a future log. I can do a flip through if anybody is interested. So this is a habit tracker. But then you can move forward. I actually draw out my own layouts. So if I don't like the way something is working, I can just change it the next week. So this is just an Artist Loft journal. This was a layout that I really liked the start of and then I ended up screwing it up, but that's okay. So this is just an Artist Loft journal. It's just a dotted journal from Michael's. I think it was about $10. You just need a pen and a ruler. This is another upcoming layout. I was trying out some different styles with it. But I track pretty much everything in here. So I track steps. I have a weight tracker in the front, bucket list, and social media insights. Pretty much anything that you could ever think of. Words that irritate me. That was a popular one in some of the bullet journal groups. And my blog stats, etc., etc., etc. I've become fairly dependent on this and I like that it's a little bit smaller and is much easier to travel with as opposed to the Erin Condren planners, the Happy planners, which are kind of contending with those big rings on the end of them. I did switch to a hard back planner for a while from Erin Condren, so it had this kind of binding on it, but I still felt it was too big and I felt like because the actual book was so big, I wasn't getting the use out of it that I wanted to. My last beauty related favorite is my iPad Pro, which I promise you is an iPad Pro. My husband bought this for me for Christmas because my laptop is dying and I didn't want to replace my laptop with another laptop considering I have a desktop, I have a work laptop, our iPad was pretty much dead anyway, so we decided it was time after 7 years to replace the iPad. So I got the 12.9 and it has been fantastic. I use it constantly. My true favorite here, other than the iPad obviously, is I decided not to get the Apple keyboard. I decided to go with a Logitech keyboard. This one is so much better. My brother actually has the true iPad one. Basically what this does is it has a cover on the back. It has a stand, so you can stand it up as high or as low as you want it. And it can stand vertically or horizontally, either way it works. So basically I just leave this on my vanity and I watch my YouTube videos and catch up with all you guys while I'm getting ready and when I'm just kind of hanging out. I didn't never use the old iPad like I have used this one, but I like that it's got a case. I like that it has a keyboard, and this has been amazing. And now we are on to the beauty favorites. So we are going to go over some things that I've been trying for quite some time and some things that have just recently come into my collection, but I have been freaking loving. And a couple of these products have been out for a while and I have just been totally just behind the 8 ball. So the first product that I am going to discuss today is the Too Faced Peanut Butter Palette. I just got this. It was really difficult to get it in Canada and my mom just brought this home for me from the States. This is probably the best 9-pan palette I have ever used from Too Faced, and I've been using it pretty much all week. If I haven't been using this, I've been using another one, which we are also going to talk about. So my mom came down last week. She had picked this up for me from Ulta, and if you don't have it, go get it. Like, I'm so surprised by this palette. I don't even know what to say about it. I've literally lost my words. The second palette I have been loving, and it's going to be no shock to anybody, is the Too Faced Clover palette, which is actually called A Girl's Best Friend, which I don't think anybody actually calls it that. This is what it looks like on the inside. I am wearing these shades today. So today I have Spoiled on the lid, I have Too Faced Mascot underneath the lash line, and I have Good Boy, which is this yellow, obviously in my crease. They are so pigmented, and this palette is honestly probably one of the better ones Too Faced has put out in a very long time. I know that they've had a little bit of a touch and go experience on their products as far as I'm concerned anyway. So I was pleasantly surprised at how good this actually was, and I'm surprised it's not talked about more. Especially for people who like color in their makeup, this gives you the ability to have a lot of colors to choose from, and it gives you the ability to do some neutral looks as well. The best shades in this are probably the TF Mascot, Spoiled, and I'm gonna say Love is Love. The yellow is also super pigmented. I haven't used a lot of the neutrals because obviously I'm me and I prefer something that's a little bit louder. And if I was going for neutrals this week, I was using the Too Faced Peanut Butter and Jelly palette. This guy, I honestly strongly recommend it. If you don't have it, go swatch it at the very least. You will be pleasantly surprised. I've also really been loving the Too Faced Voluminous Lash Paradise Mascara. I had bought this a little while ago because people were freaking out saying it was exactly the same as Too Faced Better Than Sex, and from the beginning I didn't like it. I think I opened it, I used it twice, was very disappointed. It went into the back of my vanity and that was pretty much the end of it for me. With mascaras, I am very picky. My lashes go straight out, they don't curl very well, and like they're just kind of bleh. So I have a tendency to open mascaras, try them, hate them, go back to them a month later and love them because the formula dries out. Not totally dries out, but dries out enough that it works for me. This is what the brush looks like, and it is a really wide type of brush, so if you don't like that type of brush, this probably is not the mascara for you. I don't agree with them saying that it is exactly the same as the Too Faced Better Than Sex. The formula when I first opened this was much too wet for me, so if that's not what you're into, this may not work for you. But again, you can always open it, leave it open, and let it dry out for a little bit. I have spoken about these lip products a few times over the last few weeks. These are the Girlactic lip paints. These are freaking amazing. If you haven't heard of them or you haven't tried them, I strongly recommend them. They last all day. The wear time is incredible. The feeling on your lips is incredible. They can if you don't like how a liquid lipstick feels, you can absolutely put a lip balm over top and they will still stay as they are. They don't break up. They are amazing. I believe these are about $28 Canadian, and you can find them on girlactic.com. They actually just sent this one in BoxyCharm, and I was sent this one by a friend of mine from Noble and Makeup. And honestly, I can't say enough good things about them. They are just amazing. It's not very often that I feel a foundation stands out, but in the last few months, I've been kind of messing with foundations a little bit because my skin has been pretty terrible. I'm getting really bad stress breakouts across my forehead, and it's just an ongoing battle. So I've been trying out foundations, I've been trying out a lot of concealers, trying to get that mixture that really works for me. So the first two I would like to discuss because I have been using them together is the YSL All Hours, what is this called? I'm not going to try and read the French part, but it's the All Hours YSL foundation in B30. This mixed with this Laura Mercier Flawless Fusion Ultra Wear Foundation is like the mixture sent from heaven. These make my skin look so good. I actually am getting people commenting on if I have changed my foundation routine, what I have done in my skincare routine to change how my skin looks and how it feels and how hydrated it looks. The Laura Mercier is a heavier coverage, like way heavier coverage than the YSL. I can use them on their own. The Laura Mercier foundation is just a little bit too dark for me in the winter, but it's perfect in the summer. So that's what made me start to mix them. But the mixture is perfection. The third foundation that has been really working for me is the IT Cosmetics CC Cream. This is one of those products that I obviously was behind the 8 ball on because this has been out forever and they have actually just started to release or announced a release of a foundation that is similar. To me, this is not a CC cream, it is a foundation. It is medium to full coverage and it's been very, very well loved by me. I am honestly almost done. I really love it. I'm not sure I'll repurchase it right away, only because the YSL and the Laura Mercier foundations are really so great as well. I will just switch to reaching for them. But this is what I have been wearing when I am going out to run errands on the weekend, or if I'm just basically not going to work. Everyone seems to forget about the tools of the trade when we are discussing our favorites, so I am going to call out my dirty sponge, which I did just clean and then immediately use again after I cleaned it. This is the L'Oreal foundation sponge. It's about $12 to $15 depending where you buy it in Canada. It is a way better sponge than the Beauty Blender in my opinion, and I highly recommend it. This is what I have been using to get that flawless finish with those two foundations, the YSL and the Laura Mercier. If you haven't given this a try, highly, highly recommend. I have 2 more favorites for us for this month, and that is it. The second last favorite is my Tory Burch perfume. My husband bought this for me for my birthday in October. This is called Belle Jour. This is one of those products that I actually bought because of a sample. I was given a sample in a Sephora box and I just attached to it right away. I was using the, can't believe I just forgot that. I was using the Victor and Rolf Flower Bomb before I purchased this. I basically finished that perfume, so I switched to this one. It is such a perfect scent. I really love it. I really like clean scents. I don't want to smell like flowers. I don't want to smell like sugar or vanilla. I want to smell clean and fresh, and this is just exactly that. At the end of the day, we all know that those beauty favorites have to come off my face, so this is my final favorite. This is the Clinique Cleansing Balm, and this is a solid makeup remover cleansing balm. I can't remember who I saw this from and that made me buy it, but it was definitely a YouTube made me buy it product. I friggin' love this stuff. Basically, all you need to do is put your finger in it, run it all over your face, wash your face, and it just breaks down all your makeup and makes it so easy to wash off. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for tuning in. I hope to have some comments down below of products that are your favorites. I'd love to hear from you. If you have a favorites video, also, please feel free to leave that link down below. I know I've said time and again, I don't mind that at all. I have absolutely no problem with that. So please feel free to leave whatever you would like in my comments that you would like me to see. Have a great day, guys. Bye-bye.